Okay, today is October 26, 2014. Let's take a look at the market and try to identify some of the levels to keep an eye on for the coming week. You can see that ever since this October 15 flush day on the S&P 500, it could snap right back and gain a little bit over more than 6% right now in the last 7 trading session. So that's pretty drastic bounce back here. It's basically it's just too much too fast. So we have to be aware of that. And the market is pretty much it's kind of waiting for somebody to push the panic button or push the sell button. Because there's that old saying, right? The market goes up on an escalator and come down on the elevator. But when the market goes up on an elevator, there's only one way that could come down. It's essentially free falling, right? It's like tossing the ball out a window and just kind of let it drop. So got to be aware of that possibility because everybody is kind of just waiting for somebody to trigger something, and then when you get everybody trying to rush out the exit out the door at the same time to try to book these profit, you can see there's going to be a massive drop. I mean, that's one possibility. Not saying that it's going to occur exactly that way. So right now, kind of look at some near-term resistance, maybe somewhere around this 1966 level. And if we break through this resistance, basically it's sitting somewhere around this 50-day moving average, in confluence with that. And then you can see that if it break about that 1966, then the possibility it might come up and tag this 1983 for the next level of possible, resistance. And it could be even come up to this particular pivot here, somewhere around this 1988 level. But if it come down, then the first likely support level maybe this 1910 and possibly this 1990, I mean 1897, 1898, and eventually probably we'll see the market come back and retest this level here somewhere around this 15, 18, 16 level. And if we also take a look at the Dow Jones 30, similarly, just like the S&P 500, it's kind of snapped right back up, and right now it's sitting somewhere near this resistance of 16,826. And the next level of possible resistance is somewhere around the 16,940 area. And if we come down, probably the first level of support is maybe 16,713, 710, that area. And eventually we'll probably see a pullback to this particular pivot here, somewhere around the 16,366. And again, just like the S&P 500, we probably see it pull back and retest this particular low here, somewhere around 16,020. Looking at the NASDAQ 100, the NASDAQ 100, come up and getting close to this 4050 level. Okay, and if we see a pullback, the first level of support, maybe probably come down and fill this gap. So the first level of support maybe somewhere around this 3910, and if it break through and fill the gap, then it will be somewhere around this 3870. And once again, it's a good possibility once it starts pulling back, we might see it to come back down and test this level somewhere around this 3735. Okay, so the Nasdaq been quite strong, especially with the technology stock and also with the regaining strength of Apple, and also Facebook is scheduled to report earnings next week. So if it's have any kind of positive move on Facebook, it's definitely going to move the Nasdaq, or at least the Nasdaq 100. But we also got some downdraft on the coming up from Netflix, Amazon, and also Google. So let's take a look at Apple first. Ever since Apple reported earnings, we're looking at this 103 level, right? We're talking about that. It has to get about this 103 in order for it to make a run to that 108, 110 level. And if we take a look at this, price channel here, essentially at the upper bound of this price channel will give us that 108, 110, level somewhere around there. So it's all depending how we draw this channel here. And if we, kind of do a little bit of a down here at this level here, then we basically looking at this 108 somewhere, in the near term, the near future here. And you can see that it's trying to get up about this 103 for a couple of days. Then it finally broke through, and then on Friday we got that outback. So there's a little bit of a gamemanship playing there. So it's not too much we would say about the price action, but definitely it's, looking at Apple right now, it seems to seems to want to go and, at least come up and tag this upper trend line here. So we just have to keep an eye on that. Again, I think Apple becoming of a value stock, and if the market drop, I think most of the money will be shifting into Apple and try to hide there for a while until it's no longer safe to hide there as well. So, but at least right now it's still kind of safe to hide, under Apple right now. And then the other one is, we'll talk about Netflix. Netflix kind of got clobbered on their earning and came down, but it got a nice snapback. And I've been watching this 380, 88 level, so it's kind of testing that level and finally broke through here. So if we could, make it up, above this maybe 390 area, then maybe it could work itself up to this possibility of this, 420, 421, and who knows, it might even come up and fill this gap. But if we come up and, retrace and come back down to this, this particular, zone here, then we're probably looking at maybe come back down and test this 329, 330 level, and it might even come back down if we talk about maybe getting this Fibonacci retracement, right? This let's say for example we get a little bit of an H pattern, then it come back down, then we could see this could easily come back and test this particular low here somewhere around this 287, 286 level, and there might be even a possibility of coming down to somewhere around this area here at the 250 area. Okay, but also there's that 141 extension, which is 263, which is also kind of in the vicinity of these, these particular pivot price level here. So kind of keep an eye on that, unless, it could come up and take out this level here. If it come up and stall and it start rolling over, then the key level to watch is this, 329, 330 area. If it break that, then we can see, maybe try to establish or get a little bit of support initially from this 314, 315 area. But most likely it's probably going to come down and tag this, 285, 286, and possibly get down to this 263, 260 area. Okay. And the other one that really got clobbered is also Amazon. Amazon, nothing new that, that they don't report profit. Right. So it came down, got a little bit of a bounce, trying to hold the support here at this 285, 284. But again, you can see this kind of been, breaking down already. And if we take a look at some of the Fibonacci extension, once again, if we just kind of look at this big H pattern here, right, this H pattern, and if we come back down, we can see that the first initial level, maybe we're talking about the 250 area, right, and eventually we could even see it come down to these level here, this 220, 230 area. Okay, so kind of keep an eye on that to see could it come up. There's a good chance that it might come up and try to, work itself up, fill this gap here. But if it breaks below this 284, 285, then definitely we'd be looking at these levels down here. Okay. And then finally, if we take a look at Google, Google is also, getting into some murky water as well, because, trying to hold the support here at this 511, 512 area. And if it roll over, you can see the moving average is kind of telling us, that the price is kind of trending over, kind of rolling over, turning over right now. Okay, so you can see if it break below this level, then it could very well come down and fill this gap here. And again, if we use this little Fibonacci retracement tool and just kind of get some idea where it might come, you can see this 161 extension, it's somewhere around this 448, which is near this gap level here. So there's a possibility. So the key thing is, watch this 511, 512 level. If it break that, then we're probably looking at the possibility of filling up this gap. And maybe we see some kind of initial support here at this 269, 270, and then we'll probably break it, break down and then come and try to, find some support somewhere around this 448. So those are the few stocks that I want to keep an eye on. Oh, finally, one other one is GoPro. It's scheduled to report on Thursday, so we probably won't put up any kind of projection on what that target is until we get close to that Thursday. But at least right now, you can see, after last week's little downgrade, even before that, you can see it's kind of breaking down already, right? You see this little candle. This is a topping formation, and if you're holding long on that, you should be taking profit here. Even here, it should be start taking profit. Taking kind of bail out here. Some people got stuck in there, and then if they don't, take profit when it broke through this particular low, then they basically are feeling some pain right now, and they're probably hoping that it will come back up and probably bail out. But look for this 68. If it breaks this 68, the chances are it probably will come down and test this level here, down here at the 49 level. Maybe we'll find some support here, initially once it breaks, maybe we get a little bounce here. So again, we're essentially looking at this particular H pattern, okay? On this here. So so we're probably looking at this particular H pattern here, kind of exaggerated, come back up. That's it. So breaking down, and I think a lot of people thinking that it might hold support, find support on a 50-day moving average. It's just happen to be there. It's not like it's going to do anything. It's just a confluence with this particular pivot point. So good luck to you on the next week. Certainly be aware of the amount of bounce back since the October 15 flush day, and if you got some profit, you might want to consider scaling some out, or at least putting a tight stop to protect those profits, just in case somebody pressed the sell button and everybody decide to exit out the door. Okay, so good luck.